Okay, Munchkins, Grandma Shannon here with more poems out of the book Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. Okay. Upstairs. There's a family of wrens who live upstairs. Upstairs, upstairs, upstairs. Inside my hat I'll cozy in, my hair, my hair, my hair. I moved a dozen times and still, they're there, they're there, they're there. I'd like to get away from them, but where, but where, but where? This hat just isn't big enough to share, to share, to share. But now I see you're bored and you don't care, don't care, don't care. But the wrens who live inside my hair, my hair, my hair. This is the garden. Old Man Simon planted a diamond, grew himself a garden the likes of none. Sprouts all growin', come up a-glowin', fruit of jewels all shinin' in the sun. Colors of the rainbow, see the sun and rain grow. Sapphires, rubies on ivory vines, grapes of jade just, ripening in the shade just, ready for the squeezin' into green jade wine. Pure golden corn there, blowin' in the warm air. Old crow nibblin' on the amethyst seeds. In between the diamonds, Old Man Simon crawls about, pullin' out platinum weeds. Pink pearl berries, all you can carry. Put 'em in a bushel and haul 'em to town. Up in the tree there's opals and nuts and golden pears. Hurry quick, grab a stick and shake some down. Take a silver tater, emerald tomato, fresh plump coral melons, hanging in reach. Old Man Simon, digging up his diamond, stops and rests and dreams about one real peach. Because you can't eat gems, can you? Okay. Jumping rope. This started out as jumping rope. You'll probably think that I'm a dope, but this started out as jumping rope. And now I fear there is no hope, but this started out as jumping rope. This one is called Who. Who can kick a football from here to Afghanistan? I can. Who fought tigers in the street while the policemen ran and hid? I did. Who will fly and have x-ray eyes and be known as a man no bullets can kill? I will. Who can sit up and tell lies all night? I might. This one down here is Ridiculous Rose. Her mama said, don't eat with your fingers. Okay, said Ridiculous Rose, so she ate with her toes. This one is Where the Sidewalk Ends. There's a place where the sidewalk ends, and before the street begins, and there the grass grows soft and white, and the sun burns crimson bright, and there the moonbird rests from his flight to cool in the peppermint wind. Let's leave this place where the smoke blows black and dark streets wind and bends. Past the pits where the asphalt flowers grow, we shall walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and watch where the chalk white arrows go to the place where the sidewalk ends. Yes, we'll walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and we'll go where the chalk white arrows go. For the children they mark, and the children they know, the place where the sidewalk ends. This is called The Snowman. 'Twas the first day of springtime, and the snowman stood alone, as the winter snows were melting, and the pine trees seemed to groan. Ah, you poor sad smiling snowman, you'll be melting by and by. Said the snowman, what a pity, for I'd like to see July. Yes, I'd like to see July, and please don't ask me why. But I'd like to, yes, I'd like to, oh, I'd like to see July. Chirped a robin just arriving, seasons come and go, and the greatest ice must crumble when its flowers times to grow. And as one thing begins, so another thing must die. And there's never been a snowman who has ever seen July. No, they never see July, no matter how hard they try. No, they never, ever, never, ever, never see July. But the snowman sniffed his carrot nose and said, "At least I'll try." And he bravely smiled as Frosty smiled and blinked his coal-black eye. And there he stood and faced the sun, a-blazing from the sky. And I really cannot tell you if he ever saw July. Did he ever see July? You can guess as well as I, if he ever saw July. The crocodile's toothache. The crocodile went to the dentist, and he sat down in the chair. And the dentist said, "Now tell me, sir, why does it hurt and where?" And the crocodile said, "I'll tell you the truth. I have a terrible ache in my tooth." And so he opened his jaws so wide, that the dentist he climbed right inside. And the dentist laughed, "Oh, isn't this fun?" And he pulled the teeth out one by one. And the crocodile cried, "You're hurting me so. Please put down your pliers and let me go." But the dentist just laughed with a ho, ho, ho. And he said, "I still have 12 to go." Oops, that's what wrong one, I confess. But what's one more crocodile's tooth, more or less? Then suddenly the jaws went snap, and the dentist was gone right off the map. And where he went, only one can guess. To the north, the south, the east, or the west. He left no forwarding address. But what's one more dentist, more or less? There's the dentist inside the crocodile's mouth. Thumbs. Oh, the thumbsucker's thumb may look wet and wrinkled, and withered and white as the snow. But the taste of a thumb is the sweetest taste yet, as only we thumbsuckers know. This is a wild boar. If you tell me the wild boar has 20 teeth, I'll say, "Why, sure." Or say that he has 23. That number's quite all right with me. Or scream that he has 99. I'll never say that you are lying. For the number of teeth in a wild boar's mouth is a subject I'm glad I know nothing about. Lester. Lester was given a magical wish by the goblin who lives in the banyan tree. And with his wish, he wished for 2 more wishes. So now instead of just 1 wish, he cleverly had 3. And with each of these, he simply wished for 3 more wishes, which gave him 3 old wishes plus 9 new. And with each of these 12, he slyly wished for 3 more wishes, which add up to 46, or is that 52? Well, anyway, he used each wish to wish for wishes until he had 5,007,018,034. And then he spread them on the ground and clapped his hands and danced around and skipped and sang and then sat down and wished for more and more and more. They multiplied by other people, smiled and cried, and loved and reached and touched and felt. Lester sat among his wealth, stacked mountain high like stacks of gold, sat and counted and grew old. And then one Thursday night they found him, dead, with his wishes piled around him. They counted the lot and found that not a single one was missing. All shiny new, here take a few, and think of Lester as you do. In a world of apples and kisses and shoes, he wasted his wishes on wishing. And here is my absolute most favoriteest poem ever. Sarah Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. That's the title. Oh, there's the garbage. Sarah Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. She scoured pots and scraped the pans. She candied yams and spiced the hams, but though her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out. And so it piled up to the ceilings, coffee grounds, potato peelings, brown bananas, rotten peas, chunks of sour cottage cheese. It filled the can, it covered the floor. It cracked the window and blocked the door. With bacon rinds and chicken bones and drippy ends of ice cream cones, prune pits, peach pits, orange peel, gloppy glumps of cold oatmeal, pizza crust and withered greens, soggy beans and tangerines, crust of black burnt buttered toast, gristly bits of beefy roast. The garbage rolled on down the hall. It raised the roof, it broke the wall. Greasy napkins, cookie crumbs, gooey globs of bubble gum, cellophane from green bologna, rubbery, blubbery macaroni, peanut butter caked and dried, curdled milk and crust of pie, moldy melons, dried up mustard, eggshells mixed with lemon custard, cold French fries and rancid meat, yellow lumps of cream of wheat. At last the garbage reached so high that it finally touched the sky, and all the neighbors moved away and none of her friends could come and play. And finally, Sarah Stout said, "Okay, I'll take the garbage out." But then, of course, it was too late. The garbage reached across the state from New York to the Golden Gate, and there, in the garbage that she did hate, poor Sarah met an awful fate that I cannot now relate because the hour is much too late. But children, remember Sarah Stout, and always take the garbage out. Drats. Can anyone lend me 28 pounds of rats? I want to rid my house of cats. Hat. Teddy said it was a hat, so I put it on. Now Daddy's saying, where the heck's that toilet plunger gone? My rules. If you want to marry me, here's what you'll have to do. You must learn how to make perfect chicken dumpling stew. You must sew my holy socks and soothe my troubled mind, and develop a knack for scratching my back, and keep my shoes spotlessly shine. And while I rest you must make the leaves, and when it's hailing and snowing, you must shovel the walk, and be still when I talk, and hey, where are you going? Oh, have you heard? Oh, have you heard it's time for vacations? I think someone put salt in your tea. They're giving us 11-month vacations, and Florida has sunk to the sea. Oh, have you heard the president has measles? The principal just burned down the school. Your hair is full of ants and purple weasels. Oops, April Fools. Warning. Inside everyone's nose, there lives a sharp-toothed snail. So if you stick your finger in, he may bite off your nail. Stick it farther up inside, he might bite your ring off. Stick it all the way in, and he might bite the whole darn thing off. And there's where we're going to stop.